Hi everyone, we're here at John Sadler's Auto Repair, and we have a 1998 Honda CR-V two-wheel drive that's coming in for a check engine light. I always ask my customers to write down some previous maintenance for me. So that she put in gas yesterday, and a week ago she got an oil change. So I found the code P0420, catalyst efficiency, below the threshold. So we started doing a physical examination. We'll first look at the freeze frame data. We didn't find any problems. The field trims were good, the temperature was good, she was driving on the freeway, 58 miles an hour, there was no obvious problems in the freeze frame data. So then we went for a visual inspection, and this is what we found. This vehicle has two oxygen sensors. It has a primary and a secondary, or a pre-cat and a post-cat. And if you look at that sensor, let's see. You're a little too close to it now. Back off some. We're trying to get a good shot so you can see this. Okay, if you look at that sensor, you can see that sensor is kind of it's covered with oil, and the electrical connector above it is covered in oil. And if you look at the top of the motor over here, or not the top, but just right, come over here. See the oil filter there? So we're going to shine it on the filter if we can. We've got an oil filter there, the round black piece is the oil filter. You can see oil below the filter, you can see oil along here, you can see oil all along these areas here. And if you look at the sensor itself, you can see how the bottom of the sensor is just a dull, dirty color like it should be, and the top of it is how it's all wet. That's all wet with engine oil. To show you how the sensor is supposed to look, we'll go to the rear sensor, and you can see how that one, can you see that good? No. Okay, there's the rear sensor. Now you can see the difference in how that one looks. You can see it's just they got like the dust from the road and everything on it. Now let's go back to the front one. So you can see the dust from the road, then you can see the whole top part of it, how it's all wet with oil. And we took a mirror and we looked up at the top of the wiring and the top of the sensor, and I don't know if we're going to be able to see it on this or not, but inside the connector in there, is that good? Inside the connector there, it's all full of oil. So when they had the oil filter off last week and they pulled the oil filter out from underneath the car, they got oil all over here. That's why there's oils around here, and they got oil inside the oxygen sensor. So you can see there's oil inside everywhere in there. So what it's done is it's damaged that sensor. This vehicle has quite a bit of miles on it, 150,000, but it's been well maintained, and so we just want to show you, you got to be really careful when you go for an oil change or wherever you're going. If you're going for $19.95 or $29.95, one of these special places, this oxygen sensor is a $150 part. Then you have a diagnostic charge and a part to change the part. So any savings that you saved, you just lost it all over the years by having to do this repair. Now hopefully the place will, she's going to go back and talk to them and give them the other sensor and see if they'll help pay for some of it. But you have to be very careful who works on your car, because if they don't know what they're doing, or they're careless and they're spilling oil like that, and you get a check engine light issue and you get a problem, then you're kind of left hanging out in the dry. And when you come to John Sadler's, you'll never have that problem to begin with, because I won't let something like that happen. So anyway, just another little tip. Have a great day. See you next time.